Okay, hello everyone. Welcome. Today is another stream from Hugo's desk. I hope you can hear me well. Let me know if the sound is too high or if the sound is too low. You just let me know and I can adjust on my side. I do have the air conditioning on, so as always, I always tell you that it's always really warm here. But you do let me know if the sound is okay for everyone. So first off, I just wanted to let you all know that I do apologize that we didn't do a stream last week. I was a bit too busy and I couldn't really do a stream, so we kind of skipped last week. But we're gonna be back soon with the Hugo Disconstructs again. I'm just preparing the project that I'm going to be showing at the Disconstruction. I'm preparing the Zeiss project, and so it takes a bit of time to prepare as well. I didn't felt like I was ready last week, and also like I was a bit too busy, and so I couldn't really get it to work. So I do apologize for not doing the stream last week. But this week it's all about the showreel reviews. So today we have, once again, a session of the Honest Showreel Reviews. As you know, you can book your appointment. We do this every 2 weeks. The links are on the description. I must say that it's already almost fully booked, all the way up to September. So it's been really cool to see the support. Thank you so much for all of you to be booking your appointment and having all the slots full. So it's been fantastic to see. And I can't thank you enough for you to come over here and bring your showreel and share all of your information with everyone in the industry. It's really, really welcome. So I guess we have 2 showreels to do today. I've now decided to just do 2 per each session. I just feel like I don't really want to do 3. I get too tired after a while, so I don't really feel like doing 3. So we're gonna just do 2. As always, you know that this stream is sponsored by BenQ, and we do have a gift at the end of the stream. I'm going to be giving away a Nuke course for free, and I can't thank enough BenQ. BenQ has been amazing over the years. I've had so much support from BenQ over the years, and I can't thank them enough. And I really wanted to thank personally Vincento and Rita for all the support they give me behind the scenes to do all these streams and to take care of the reviews and to take care of everything we do together with BenQ. As you know, I'm a BenQ ambassador. I support their monitors a lot. I use them in production, as you know from my videos. And if you are interested in a discount to buy a BenQ monitor, just contact me. You can just contact me on the web, contact me on social media, contact me on any platform you can find, because I do have a 10% discount if you want for any BenQ professional monitor. Just connect to me. We can have a chat and then I can give you the code. So just keep that in mind. With that in mind, I'm going to leave you with the latest commercial from BenQ. Don't worry, it's not too long. I'll be right back. It's only a minute long. And again, they are so supportive of my stream. I really have to shout out to BenQ. So I'll leave you with the commercial. I'll be right back in about 1 minute. Okay, thank you so much once again. Thank you for supporting the stream. As you know, we're also having a Nuke license for free at the. Sorry, not a Nuke license. That's the other stream. A Nuke course for free that I'll be giving away at the end of the stream. So you can just like use that QR code. I'll put it on the chat as well because there is a link as well. So we'll be doing it at the end of the stream. That's my course, of course. My new course, which also I must say that currently it is 50% off as well. So you can buy until the end of June my course for 50% off. So you just need to go to that QR code or go to the link that I just put on the chat there as well for 50% off on both my courses, both my Nuke course and also the workshops course as well. And of course, goes without saying that as I always do every week, I always try to promote my wife's book, the wonderful book Green Recipes for All that she has made with all love and care. It is an amazing book. I really would recommend you all, if you do like good food, to go and check it out. It's a really outstanding book. It's self-published, and it needs all your support that you can get. It's available on all Amazons. You can buy it on Amazon, UK, US, Canada, India, France, Germany. It's on all Amazons. It's available on paperback, hardcover, and the Kindle edition as well. So consider supporting this project that Anna has made. I also helped her as well with the photography and the design as well. We worked together on that, and so keep that in mind. I hope you can consider buying her book. I have the book here. So Green Recipes for All. I'll put the link on the description as well if you are interested. I think and you don't need to be vegan or vegetarian to enjoy this book. I can tell you that right away. Everyone is welcome on this book, just for people that like good food. I guess that would be it. Anyway, let's start the showreel review. So we're gonna have our first customer. See, hopefully they're here, and we can get this show on the road. So I'm gonna just could you give me a second? I'm just gonna open up Google Meet. Hopefully it's not as complicated as it was last week. I really hope not, because last week it was quite tricky to get this thing to work. So sorry, just one second. I'm just trying to. It is weird that I keep getting the screensaver to switch on, and I just don't want it to be on, and it doesn't really do anything for me. Just keeps switching on. I'm not sure why. Why is this happening? I don't want it to switch off. Keep losing my screen. I'm so sorry about that. You don't see that. Yeah, I see that because I'm trying to follow the chat, and I keep losing my screen. See if I can kind of adjust that in some way so I don't have this problem anymore. Yeah, I think that's now adjusted. Hopefully it is. I hope so. I really hope so. Anyway, let's just start the stream. So hopefully they're here and we can get going. Okay, so let's see here if they're here. So I'm gonna connect. I'll be with you guys shortly. Okay, of course. Now, exactly. Google is just so awkward. Right now, it decided to ask for my password. Of course, because of course it has. It has to ask me for my password right now because it has to be now. It can't be before. Can't be after. I was just there yesterday, but right now as I'm doing a stream, that's when it decides to do a password check, of course, because that's how Google is. That's how Google rolls. Okay, let's see if they are here, and then I'm gonna bring them in, and then you guys can see them as well. See here. So let's see if so we're gonna have our review with Johan. And hopefully they're here, and then I can start Oh yeah. So Johan, if you are on the chat, just join the call. Like, and we can get going. Just join the call, and I can see you as an invite here, so I can see you that you're here. Just need to join the call. In the meantime, keep in mind, if you have questions, just write them on the chat. I'll try to answer as fast as I can. As always, I always try to reply to everyone. I try my best, of course. Not always I can reply to everyone, but I do try my best to reply. So is Johan gonna join in? Hopefully, I hope so. If he doesn't join in, then we can have a. I've noticed one thing about this booking system is that I've noticed that people never get back to me if they're gonna really come in or not. So he's been invited, but yeah, I'm not sure if they are coming in. Are they on the chat? No, they're not in. Let's see here. Or you coming into the call? We are live now. Yeah, maybe they forgot. maybe forgot. Could be that they forgot. Sometimes that happens. If they did, last time I had this issue as well, didn't I? It's always a bit of a trash bin on fire, my stream. I do apologize for that. I did all this booking system and now people don't show up. Okay. Are they coming in? Is he coming in? Is he not coming in? Maybe not. I don't think so. No answer, no reply. They definitely got the email. Got the invite, said yes to the invite. I've messaged them now, no reply either. Okay. I guess they're not coming in. So then, that's it, really. Oh my God. Why are we doing this? Why do, well, okay. What do you think, Kat? What do you think, chat? Should I wait a couple of minutes or should we just move on to the next review? Obviously, I'm not sure if the other review is ready, of course, because they might not be ready in time. But what do you guys think? You think I should wait? I'm gonna leave it to the chat to decide. Should we wait for Johan, or should we just move on? And what do you all think? What do you all think? No, no one. No one has anything to say? Okay. Next one, unless you receive a ping. Okay, cool. Well, we're going to try the next one then. Johan was no-show, so I guess bye. I'm going to close down the chat here, and I'm going to close down the call, and I'm going to try. Now, obviously, I'm not entirely sure if the next one is here, but I'm going to give them a go. Because they might not be here because they were only booked for the next slot. Hopefully... Oh, yeah. I think they are here, actually. Yeah, they are. Look at that. The second one is already here. Can't wait to be reviewed. So, apologies that I wasn't expecting to review you already. But, so sorry. I don't think you can hear me. Yeah. Now I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Apologies that...
Am I audible?
Apologies that I told you that it was going to be the second one, but the other artist didn't show up, so... Hello?
Okay.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can't see you, but do you want to be seen or do you want to just use audio?
I have some internet issues, I think.
You want to do audio only?
Yeah.
Yeah, audio only? Okay, that's okay. That's not a problem. But you, okay? So we'll just do it in audio. Is that okay for you?
Yeah,
Well,
it's fine.
okay, cool. So tell me something. Well, first of all, I I just wanted to thank you for being already here. So it was really, I really wanted to thank you because my other showreel artists didn't show up, and so very
Yeah.
grateful that you were already here and already ready to get in. I hope it wasn't an inconvenient for you to start early.
Oh no, it's not like that.
Okay, okay, that's cool. Thank you so much again. Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm going to put the showreel running for everyone to see while we discuss.
sure.
And then I'm going to ask you some questions. So I'm going to put the latest showreel I got from you. Give me just one sec. I'm just like doing that right now. And I'm going to share my screen so you can see also what I do because the stream is very behind. You know, it's like really delayed. So you shouldn't really look at the screen. So it's always very delayed. So let's do
Sure.
this. So okay, so I'm gonna put this in full screen, and I'm gonna loop it as well. And okay, so okay, let's do this then, like that. Okay. Okay. I'm sharing my screen. You probably should see it, and everyone is seeing it as well. You probably will have your my screen. My screen will be shared in a second. Yeah, I think you see my screen, right?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
yes.
Okay, cool. So everyone is watching your showreel already. Once again, thank you so much for being here. And why don't you start by introducing
Okay.
yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes. Myself Sriram. I'm from India, Tamil Nadu. I'm a VFX artist and an Unreal artist. I have recently completed my post graduation and currently I'm doing some freelancing stuff and I'm trying to learn new things from industry.
You're trying to learn Nuke, you said?
New things.
Ah,
New
new
things.
things. Okay, sorry. Sorry, it was a bit low, so that's why I didn't understand. Okay. And so how long have you been
Okay.
working in the industry, my friend?
Like 1 year.
1 year?
I've been
Okay, cool.
doing freelancing for 1 year. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you mind if I ask how old are you?
Uh, I don't mind. I'm
Okay.
21.
Okay, great, great. That's great. I'm pretty impressed by your showreel if you're 21. Because you know, like you already have a pretty good showreel. So that's good. We'll go through it shot by shot, of course.
Thank you.
So what's before we even start shot by shot, like you're currently working in India. Where in India, can I ask?
Like I'm in a Tamil Nadu,
Okay.
Coimbatore.
Okay. Is that north, south? Where is it?
South, down
Okay.
south.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. I only been in India once. I was there for 1 week, but I was only in
Okay.
Mumbai. So I never really
Oh,
traveled anywhere else. You know.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, um, tell me what's your. You know, let's imagine for a second that there is no limitations and there's no problems with visas and there's no problems with traveling and the world is your oyster. Tell me, where would you like to be and where would you like to work? What's your dream scenario?
Like I want to be a on-set VFX supervisor in Meta. I think.
In Veta? Oh, great.
Yeah, New
Great.
Zealand.
Are you happy to move to New Zealand? It's pretty windy over there.
Yeah, I can move to that.
I have a lot of friends working at Veta. That's a great choice. Veta is one of the best companies in the world, and they have a really good work environment as well. People really enjoy working there. They also pay overtime as well, which is nice. Okay, great. Well, let's hopefully that you can get to your
Yeah.
dreams. I really hope you can. So, let me start with
Yeah.
the first shot. So, tell us a little bit about what's going on here. This is a personal project, the Sci-Fi Traveler.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. We hang out like me and my friend was a cinematographer. We went outside just like shoot some concepts like our portfolios, and we did that. Like I have two more shots in the same costume, like a girl who lost in somewhere like in post-apocalyptic environment. Something like I don't know how to explain. It's like sci-fi traveler.
Okay. And so, the
Yeah.
first thing I would say to you is that there is some kind of camera shake happening on her that it doesn't look like
Hmm.
it's being transferred to the background. Is that like a choice, or is
Okay.
it because you couldn't?
Yeah, I reduced the camera shakes in the background a little bit, so the mountains should look like in very long distance.
Mhm. Because at the moment, I think you
So
have
in
I think you have too much movement on the front. So the foreground element is moving so much that the background should also
okay.
be moving a bit more. Because you see, if you're having the camera's moving like this, the background would also
Hmm.
parallax with the foreground. So I think you need to make a choice between having her with the camera movement, the shake, and have that, and then have that on the
Okay.
background as well with the according parallax, so it would be less than the foreground. Or you should just remove the whole thing and just have it as a still, and have the whole thing stabilized,
Hmm.
because
Okay.
it is really not helping your shot. It's like it's not, your shot is pretty good. You did a really good job with the keying. You did a good job with the roto, but then this camera move, it just a bit weird.
Okay.
I do think I agree with the SGV VFX on the chat. I agree with them that it would look better if it moves. So I think, if anything, if you have a camera shake on the foreground person, then you should just apply a similar camera shake to the background as well. And because there's parallaxing, obviously,
Okay.
the background would move in a different cadence to the foreground. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Okay. So one one thing I'm gonna ask you is, I a lot of times when you're talking, there's like a lot of wind coming into the microphone. If you are on a windy
Okay.
environment, try to protect the microphone so it doesn't do a lot of
Okay. Okay.
wind noise,
Sure.
okay? Because it's
Sure.
very loud. Okay.
Sorry for that.
No problem. Okay, so I do think that you did a good job with the keying and the roto. If you look closely here, I think you've kept most of the detail. I mean, you're losing a little bit of it. So if anything, I would say that I would say that these hair flakes that you still have on the shoulder here and on
Okay.
they should still be
Yeah.
there, and they're kind of almost disappeared. So you
Okay.
see, you've lost some of the detail here that you should still have on your key. So if
Okay.
anything, maybe you lost a little detail, but it's just a little bit. So it is pretty good, but
Mm.
it's just like you need to try to improve the detail a little bit more. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
And Mikhail here, and again, thank you so much, Mikhail, for being on the chat and giving as always so much feedback. He actually says it could be true if camera have shaky movement, but rotation is stabilized. Then on far objects there would be almost no shake. Looks like camera on stabilizer. So I think he has a point, and you should maybe consider that to try to improve
Mm.
the camera move. Cool. And by the way, I wanted to ask you, this
Yeah.
background, is it like you that did it as well?
Sorry?
Is this background like a matte painting or something that you've made?
Ah, no. No, it just I downloaded this from Pixel.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Okay, cool. I'm just like looking at the shot as well. Yeah, you also have like when it moves a
Yeah.
bit, you see the lack of detail of the hair. You kind of see it that it's flickering a little bit. You have like a
Mm.
little bit like of noise still happening on
Yeah.
that side. So and I think just like going through the shot. Give me a second. Uh, Yeah, you also have, besides the hair detail that is lacking a little bit, you also have like a very subtle. You see, if you look, I'm not really sure how that happened, but if I'm gonna go to the, I go. By the way, you see my mouse pointer, don't you?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, cool. So you see on this shoulder pad with the bag, you kind of see that it's really soft and there's just white here. There's no edges whatsoever on the top of the bag. But then when you comp
Mm-hmm.
in, you now have developed like a green dark edge. So the bag actually should be completely white and completely transparent. So it looks to me like you have a little bit of an edge problem on the top of the bag there as well. It could be that
Okay.
it's just the key is or the roto is not tight enough. It probably needs to be tightened a little bit more. So that would be
Sure.
that
Okay.
would be it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like looking at this here. It also doesn't help that that you guys shot her on a really bright background with the green screen. She's like super bright. There's a lot of light here. This is outside, right? It's on daytime,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't really
It's
help
like
that you.
7 o'clock early morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you when you darken her to include into this environment, it just looks a little bit fake. It could be that it's just a bit too dark and the shadows are a bit wrong. But yeah. But anyway, I think it's also a bit crushed as well. You're losing some detail on the black area here. But anyway, I think it's a good enough job. But it has a few things to be improved. But again, I still think you did a good job. I'm nitpicking it really, but it's you should get used to it because usually we do get
Yeah.
nitpicked in
Yes.
productions anyway. So, um, okay, cool. Let's move on to the next one. So, next shot, we have this sign here: a trip with friends. This
Yeah.
is a production, I'm assuming. This is not a personal job, is it?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
it's a YouTube web series.
Okay, cool. And so okay, cool. It looks to me like it's pretty good. Just like looking at if the camera track is good enough. It was just a simple replacement, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. You never wipe from the you never wipe from the old to the new, so it's really hard for me to judge the. But it looks to me like the silk looks to me like the silk
Yeah.
is the perspective is a bit off, and also it's ever
Okay.
so slightly too blurred. Because if you look at the original that was there, where's the second? If you look at Tazmac, which is the original text,
Okay.
um, Tazmac is, you notice how sharp and how actually you can kind of read the lines. If you would have zoomed in quite a lot, like I know you can't zoom in. I can go through it here. So if you zoom in, you don't see it, but people on the chat are seeing it. If you zoom in, you kind of see that it's
Mm-hmm.
quite sharp. And now if I play this back, you see the silk is too blurry. You have too much blur. I think just a little bit too much blur on the silk that you've comped in. And also the perspective is wrong. If you look at the difference of, it's almost like it's skewed. It almost looks like it's like not straight enough, because you can kind of see that you have, it almost looks like it's bigger on the S side than on the K side. So just be careful with that, because it
Okay.
looks like it's a little bit skewed. I don't think you have such a bigger problem on the other one. The other one looks better to me. So I think that one is a bit better. I'm gonna just like zoom in and play that back. Give me just 1 second. Yeah, so the top one has the opposite. Yeah, again, I think it's a little bit too blurred again to match the original one that was there, but the top one is better than the one on the bottom. One
Okay.
other thing that you're kind of missing as well is that when it moves, I think the track. Oh no, the track is okay. I don't think it's a problem. Might be off a few frames here and there, but I think you did a good job with the motion blur. You did a good job with everything. I don't think it's a big deal. Someone on the chat was saying that the track was off, but I don't think it's off. I think it's more the perspective shift that you have there, that the silk is a bit off and a bit wonky. So I think it's more like that. Yeah. You really see it here. That's when you see it. Yeah, if I zoom in here, you can kind of see. Well,
Mm-hmm.
there's now that if you see
Yes,
it
I can.
slight, yeah. Now you can kind of see that. I would advise you to blur and then sharpen. So basically, use a combination of sharpened node and blur node to try to get the edges to blur, but also to sharp at the same time. Because you see, your edges are too
Okay.
blurry. And then also the whites are not matching. As you can see, the white of tasked, the letter that was there, is actually not matching the same white that was there before. So it's ever so slightly like not the same temperature, the white. It's not too much,
Okay.
it's just a little bit. And then the other one here on the top, the one on the top is better. So the one on the top, the color temperature is almost perfect, and the blur is almost perfect. So yeah, I
Okay.
think you did a really good job. I think it's just the silk that needs a lot of attention. Okay,
Okay.
cool, cool. Um, I also think that Mikhail has a point as well, that there is some chromatic aberration happening on the letters, which is missing, but it's very subtle though. So have a think.
Mm-hmm.
What I would advise you
Okay.
to do is to really zoom in a lot and really like basically just match the gray, the temperature, match the blur, the sharpness. Just like really put it like a 300% on Nuke, and just go much deeper to get it a perfect match.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So let's move on to the next one. So this one, Shu Tiriyota song. So this is a music video, I'm assuming, isn't it?
Yeah, is it? It is a music video which I did, I think in December. I think I don't know the exact.
I've seen this shot before. You did a review before, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah. This was a long time ago,
yeah, I
wasn't it?
did. I think, yeah, I think it is.
Maybe 2 years ago or something. Hello? Hello? Did I lost you? Did I lose you? I think we lost you. Hello? It's not going well today, is it? It never goes well. Okay. Hello? Are you here? Oh man, I lost them. Oh man. No. No. This was going so well, and now we lost them. Man, this is not cool. Why does this keep happening to me? We're gonna wait like a couple of minutes and see if they show up.
Hello,
Wait, hi, you're
am
back.
I audible?
Cool, you're back. So
Oh,
uh,
sorry for that. I have
no
some
problem,
internet issues.
no
I
problem, no
think.
problem. Tell me something. Yeah, I was saying this was a few years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is like ninth showreel review. I think.
Yeah, yeah. And so when the yeah, and I think we review the showreel here on YouTube as well, or was it on Twitch? I can't remember.
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it would have been like at least a year ago. Okay, so I've seen this shot before, but tell the audience a little bit about it.
It was like a bunch of 24 to 30 shots. I worked as a roto and prep artist in this song. Did some sky replacement and removed background trees in this shot.
Okay, cool. Um, I think you did a really good job. I think you did a good job removing the tree, and the only thing I would say is that it's shaking a little bit. So if you just a second, if I zoom in a bit closer here, you see this area here where you have this window. That's where you notice it the most. So there's kind of like a little bit of a warping happening here. You see the distance between this window and this
Okay.
window. If you scroll, you can kind of see that it's moving. See, it's like breathing. It's almost like it almost looks like your
Hmm.
morph is actually moving too much. And I'm talking about this area here. You see. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, people on the chat are saying that it was on January that you were here on the show. I'll be honest, I've reviewed hundreds of people now, so I can't really remember anymore. But I don't remember noticing this last time. I think the window, but it's definitely there's some kind of problem on the warp that you have here on the window that is making it breathe
Okay.
and move. It looks to me like you probably had like your warper is probably moving, and that's probably what's happening there. Because you can kind of see it. You only see it on the top area. I don't see it on the bottom. The bottom looks okay to me. Although it also moves a bit. If you look at the door here, this area under the legs of the blue dude
Mhm.
here, you can kind of see that this door is also kind of like moving around. Do you see that? Like it's like moving. It's stretching and moving a
Yeah.
little bit, which is also
Yeah.
kind of like weird. Now the other thing as well is let's see here. So yeah, so Mikhail has a really good point. I think your clouds, when you comp the clouds here, the sky, is the sky and the clouds an actual just the background, or did you do a card in 3D to move it, or did you move it, or do you have it like attached to the background?
Just attached to the background.
Yeah, so you need to develop some parallax because the camera is moving. It's quite wide, and I think right now, especially this cloud here and this cloud here, looks too attached to the background. They should be moving separately from the wind, like the houses, you know. So these clouds should be moving ever so slightly,
Mm-hmm.
and they're too attached. The other thing as well is that if you notice when you, let's look at the real shot here. So you see, this shot has quite a lot of shadows being introduced by the trees. So we have a massive shadow from this tree trunk on the house, and then we have the shadows here of the trees on the window on the building. Now, you didn't remove that,
Mm-hmm.
so you needed,
Yeah.
and I know it's a lot of work, but you needed to basically remove all these shadows from this window, basically making it clean, and also the
Okay.
shadow of this tree trunk, because they shouldn't be there because you removed the tree but didn't remove the shadows of the tree. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah. I got it.
yeah. So keep that in mind. That needs to be, and again, this is something that like the supervisor or the client should have picked it up. You know, they should have noticed that that was a thing that was missing. But having said that, this is a lot of work. So
Okay.
it's not it's not I shouldn't be like giving you pointers because I don't have, I have no idea how long you had to do this, if you had enough time to actually do these things, you
Yeah.
know, because
The client's budget is too low, and they just give me 3 days to 4 days to complete all the 30 shots.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
explained to them, they just like that, just remove and do that. So
yeah.
I did my best in this.
If that's the case, my friend, then I think you did an amazing job if you did so many shots in a row. So please, keep in mind that I'm just like, of course,
Yeah.
giving you the feedback for the shot as I'm seeing it, but I completely understand that this shadow thing is something that would only be done if you had the time or the budget to do, because it is a
Yeah.
complex thing to fix, and if you have so many shots, you won't have the
Yeah.
time, So, okay, cool. Let's move on to the next one. So, tell us a little bit about this one, Kadal Herer.
Yeah. It's a mini web series. Like 2 months ago, I did this shot. It was like 24 shot in an episode. Like most of them are monitor screen replacements.
Okay, okay, I see. Basically, screen replacement on all screens, right? All of them. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the ones, yeah, the three ones, not the ones on the back, but these
Free
three.
one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and I also worked on set in this mini web series as an assistant cinematographer and
Yep.
an on-set VFX artist.
Always when I see this kind of stuff now, I always remind myself of. Have you seen this film that won the Oscars a few years back called Everything,
Yeah,
Everywhere?
I watched it.
Yeah, you watched it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they didn't have the budget to put all the screens on. They didn't have the budget to have the screens on the office, and and they couldn't really like afford to do a lot of composting on it. And so what they did was they printed screens. They basically printed the desktop, the actual Windows
okay.
desktop, and printed in paper, and then glued the printed desktops on the monitors, and so they didn't have to replace anything.
Yeah, yeah, I think I have to try. I have I should have tried this in this mini web series, I think. It was
No, no.
really a good idea.
But that only works if you know, that only works if you know what you're going to put there. Obviously, if someone wants to check the things later, like if someone wants to change it, then you're screwed, because then you have to rotoscope the whole thing. but but obviously
Yes.
they were directing the film and they knew exactly what they wanted there, so I guess they had that freedom. But yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. Okay, so let's start with this, with the roto and the key and everything. So I think you did a good job with the roto and the key. It's basically just I do think that you have a little tiny white edge going on the back of his head. You can kind of see that you're
Mm-hmm.
missing some of the detail of his luscious hair. You have like a white edge there. That's one problem, because I think if I look at the original, let's see if you have the original. You don't have. No, you do have the original there. I think it's a bit. Yeah. So you see, there's no white edge, and I understand because you have like the green spill, and so it could become a bit tricky. But yeah, you need to like improve that edge there. I think it's here. Yeah, there you go. And of course, the grade didn't help, because once it became graded,
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of see the edge more. So that's a problem as well. Now the front is not as bad. You don't really have white edge on the front, so I think you did a good job. Although, having said that, you can kind of see that he has some flakes of hair that should be there. And I know these are tricky, but they kind of disappeared with your key. I think
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a little bit too much edge blur on the hair here. You see like how it's all disappeared, the edges, they're all gone. So I
Yeah.
think I think you went a
Yes.
bit too far, you know. And I understand how
Yeah.
tricky that is to fix. And of course, this is because I'm zooming in. Obviously, if you just watch it once, you don't really see those things. So it really depends on how much time and how much budget you would have been afforded to do a job like this. Like if you had a lot of time, you could have finessed and finessed more. And if you don't have a lot of time, then like you need to like do whatever you can and the best you can. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of people on the chat giving you some pointers, especially there's a bit of screen spill, as Mikhail is mentioning as well, and also what's the other name? Also, Rek is also saying the same thing as well. So yeah, have a look at that, at the green screen spill.
Will.
Yeah. Now
Okay.
the rest is okay. I think you did a good job with the shoulder pad and it's really just the key that needs a bit of finessing if you had time.
Okay.
By the way, there's like a loose pixel just popping in here. You see there? Like the screen has like one pixel that shows up there. This could be a leftover of your key.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it probably
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
leftover
Can
of your
see it.
key. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a leftover of your
It's a,
key.
it's a marker. It's a
Yeah,
tracking
yeah,
marker.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now the other thing is, and there's another one here as well. You see that? There's also one there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
which pops out that it's there and then it disappears. Now the other thing as well that you need to kind of probably do. It's not a big thing. And again, remember, we're getting really granular, really deep into things, so only if you have time you would do this. But notice how the focusing, the DOP when they were shooting this, there's like a rack focus, because you see if you look at the lady here with the
Mm-hmm.
chair, she has like a type of defocusing, and then as we move up it gets much more defocused. So there's some kind of rack
Yeah.
defocusing happening, which happens from very short. It's just like basically 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 frames. And this rack
Mm-hmm.
defocusing is not synchronized with your screens. So you see the amount of focusing we have on the edges of the screens. Then as these 4 frames come in, your screen, it's almost like is gobbling up the edge, and it's like it's not defocusing in sync with that rack
Mm-hmm.
defocus, you know. So
Okay.
yeah, okay, cool. Next one, trip with friends. What's going on here?
Yeah. It's like a screen. It's also a screen replacement on a mobile.
Cool. Is this like a TV show as well, or?
It's not a TV show. It's also a web series from a same YouTube channel.
Okay, cool.
But
Cool.
it's not yet released yet. But I got the permission from them.
Oh, great. Great. So I think you did a great job. There is just a glitch of one frame here. You see there that there is like, notice here, that's, you see it's like black edge there, and then for one
Okay.
frame it gets very blurred and then it goes away again. So there's like one
Mm-hmm.
glitch there, which I think it's coming from the motion blur in some way that is happening. And then let's see here. So as you go on, it's quite tricky because he has this kind of plastic layer on top of the screen to protect the
Yeah.
screen. It's a quite tricky shot, but I think you did a good job. I like the compositing of the side that you've done here. This is really well made. That you have like the darkness and the shadow, like it's basically blurred by the angle.
Mm-hmm.
Although this line is probably a little bit. See, there's like a line there, and then the line
Yeah.
is there, and then it goes away. So you need to like paint over this line, all this part here that needs to be painted over.
Okay.
So it's missing. So this area here should be looking the same, and then that's there that glitch with
Okay.
that, and then as it moves, just continue to moving it. It's difficult to judge if the tracking is off because obviously the filming inside the screen also moves. Like the camera
Yeah.
in the screen moves.
It's a
So
handheld shot.
yeah, exactly. So it really looks like it's moving, but I don't think it is. It's whenever you have these kind of situations, the best approach would be to put a checkerboard in the scene first and track everything
Mm.
with that checkerboard first and just make sure the squares are exactly the same size, because right now I am looking at the distance between this dot of YouTube and the distance of
Okay.
the edge of the screen, both the distance of the dot to the bottom and the distance of the dot to the side. Because I don't have a checkerboard, I can't really judge any other
Yeah.
way. But I'm just trying to see, and let's see here. So, and as you can see, it kind of varies. Like there's sometimes it's slightly smaller, and sometimes it's slightly bigger. The difference between the dot and the edges. So I think your track is sliding
Mm.
ever so slightly, but it's not too much. It's just a little bit. And then at the end, I think there's potentially if you look at let's go to the final version. If I go to the final version, the blue screen one, that one here, we don't see it again, do we? We don't see it always with it. No, we don't see
No.
it always. But this is the only moment that is on green. Just gonna try to see it. Oh, there's a lot of spill suppression here. Jesus. I was just trying to see if the edge is supposed to be blurred or not, and I think it is. I think it did a good job. And then it's focused on him, and it was rack focusing. Yeah, yeah. I think just maybe go back and paint those things that I was telling you, those glitches, and then
Yeah.
just
Sure.
apply the put in replace the screen by a checkerboard and just go frame by frame and try to understand if the squares are always at the same distance to the edges, you know. By having a
Yeah.
grid, you can either have a grid or you can have, or maybe comp a grid on top of this image. So if you pipe in on top of this image like a line grid with squares. Then you have a grid, and then you can kind of go frame by frame and just judge if the grid is moving or if the grid is not,
Sure.
because it's very difficult to judge by looking at this piece of footage, because the piece of footage is handheld. So it's really difficult to really understand where it is, you know.
Sure.
Okay, but it's well done, my friend. It's you did a good job.
Thank you.
There's also like a couple of times where I think you did a really good job with the rack focus. You see here, it's like defocused correctly. You can kind of see it here. You see. This is why I'm telling you to put the grid. Notice how the distance
Mm-hmm.
between the edge and the star is one size here, and then it kind of like starts becoming larger. So there's definitely like a slide on the track. But I think also the rack defocus. Notice how the phone is super defocused, and this is not defocused. So I think you're going too fast and too quick with your rack, because only at the end of the shot, notice on his hand. If you notice on his hand, notice here the DOP is still catching up. You see?
Yeah.
Sorry, just I'm zooming in too much. I'm just going to zoom in maybe like that so that I can see this bit better. So notice here at the hand. So the hand here is slightly focused, almost focused. Then the DOP goes out of focus for a few frames, and then it goes again out of focus, and then it goes to focus. Now it's focused. So now it's matching. But you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's really defocused, and your screen is not defocused. So it should be matching because the hands are on the same plane as the phone. So you should be looking at this finger and see how the focusing is happening on this finger, because that's where you see that's really defocused. And then if you go back here, that's more focused. And I think it's because the DOP is trying to get this thing on focus, and he's like failing a little bit, and so it's kind of moving a little bit up and down, you know. So yeah. I like that, Mikhail. Mikhail is saying, I was expecting Hugo to say, I think you go too fast and too furious. That's a great joke. I'm going to use that next time, Mikhail. I'm definitely going to use that. As a huge fan of the Fast and Furious films, and I shouldn't be a fan because they are shit, but I like them. They're my guilty pleasure. Okay, let's move on to the next shot. So, let's see here. Okay, so we have a lovely dog here. So what's going on here?
Yeah, it's a college final year short film from a friend, but I don't like this shot very much because it was overexposed, and I thought they would give me an extreme close-up shot of a dog's head to keep a butterfly with the dog, but they gave me this like a 40 millimeter, I think. Yes, I did this. I don't have any CG shots, so I just kept this in the story.
I must say, this is really not a CG shot since the butterfly is so small.
Yeah.
But I think you did a good job. Like if you zoom in here, like I feel like your track is working and the butterfly is well matched, and yeah, I think you did a good job. It's a really simple shot anyway, so I think the black levels kind of look fine. If anything, maybe perhaps the focusing is not completely matching, but it's only for a little whisker, because if you look at the whiskers of the dog and you see how short and small they are, and especially on the mouth here, and you see the one on the butterfly is a little bit too thick, it looks to me like the focusing is not completely matching. It's almost like you probably have a little bit too much defocusing on the butterfly compared to the defocusing on the dog, you know. But I think it's a good job, but it's really the defocusing that needs to be kind of fine-tuned. But yeah, I'm just looking at the dog. I love dogs, and so I'm just looking at the dog. He looks great. He's a bit similar to my dog, the dog I used to have. So it's okay. Next shot here. Aliens don't smoke. That's a great name. So what's going on here? This is a short film, and there's some kind of ghost coming in here.
It's an alien.
It's an alien. Okay. I love that. That's cool. Look at that. That's so much better. You should have just left it like this. That is so funny. What is that? Is like some kind of light for
It's
the
an LC
mechanic? Or...
500.
What?
Yeah, no, it's an LC 500.
It does work really well for getting the light interaction on the main actor here, which is good. Now, having said that, I think that it looks like it's clamped. You see the value here that you have on white?
Yeah.
I don't think it should be so clamped. It looks like you've lost dynamic range. So, you know, in fact, like if you scroll through your comp here, that was better. You know, at some point that was better. Maybe not as much. Maybe it shouldn't have been as much as this. But if he's gonna be a glow man, he should glow. Because right now he's like gray man. You know what I mean? So this is definitely missing the point. And because if you look at the color picker here, you see. Look at the light, 183, 195, 200. So considering 255 is white, you are very below white. You know, you're really low in terms of white. And in fact, you have more blue than anything else. So maybe consider that. I feel like it just looks a bit strange. And in fact, I think this is the weakest shot you have on your showreel. And it kind of brings your showreel down. I would ask you if you can fix this, fix it. But if not, I think you should take it out.
Okay. I faced some problems while working on the shot. Like if I overbrow the shot while working on a DI, the shot was I don't know how to say. It was totally full of whites and totally collapsed the shot. Actually, if I throw any LUTs on the shot, the white was too high and entire how can I say that? I don't know how to explain this. Like if I overglow the man, the shot.
No, I understand that. But look at this light. Look at this light. I'm now color picking the light. You have 224, 224, and as I go through it, it's kind of like different values. There's different areas of the glow. If anything, you should be matching to that. And notice how when you look at the glow, when I zoom in here, you have the perfect reference here. Notice how the glow is much stronger on the middle, and it's like not as strong on the edge. And so you have like a clear outline of the glow, and then you have a spread of the glow. And so this is what should be happening on your person. You should have a clear, distinct line, which is the edge, a really sharp edge, with this type of white. It should match this exact white that you have here. And then it should have a very large spread of glow. Because if you look at the... If you look at the thing here now, if I continue, see, the problem you have right now is this. So this is your final. You see, that's too spread. It doesn't have a defined edge. It should have a really defined sharp edge. And then it should be whiter on the core. And then the spread should continue like this. So the spread is good. But the edge should be sharp, and then the core white should be pure white. And also I think you would have had to finesse this rotoscope, because you see this is just too weird. The shape of him looks like almost like a bit blobby. It doesn't really match the person. So I feel like this shot has quite a few problems. That's why I was mentioning that maybe you should not have it on your showreel, you know. So
Okay.
yeah, cool. Let's move on to the next shot. So how many shots do we still have? We have this one.
It's the
That's the
final
last
shot.
one. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, I definitely think this is the worst shot you have on your showreel. No disrespect, but I think it's the worst shot that you have. You should really like consider, especially here. You see how blobby the hands are. They're just not. The edge is
Yeah.
not defined enough, you know. So, okay. So, this one waterfall matte painting, 3D camera projection, fog, waterfall video. So, tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah. Like I just learned matte painting and this I want to experiment this. So I just made this shot. The waterfall shot, like it had a watermark in it. So just painted out a watermark. So it's happening like a little white smudge in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
And I also had another problem in that like right near the right tower, like white smudge. I have to fix that, but I don't have a time, so just leave it in there
okay.
above
Okay.
the mountain. Okay.
I think you did a good job. I think you did a good job, but I'll be honest. Like, I think your shot looks better before your grade. I think your grade
Yeah.
is a bit too extreme, because you see the shot looks much better before it's graded. The other thing as well is I think you went too far with the like. Look at the water. The waterfall was quite sharp, and I think you blurred it too much. Notice how it's too blurred,
Yeah.
considering the rocks around. So I just think you went a bit too far with the blurriness of the waterfall, and I think you went too far with the grade. The grade is really not helping a shot. It's like this kind
Mm-hmm.
of. It looks like a fake night to day, day to night shot. You know, it doesn't really look correct. Either you should do it at night for real, or you should do it at daytime for real. It's just I don't think I've ever seen a place in the world where the light would look like this. That's why it's looking a
Okay.
bit fake, and especially you see how you've lost all detail and dynamic range on the
Yeah.
waterfall.
It's there's a watermark, so I just painted that.
Yeah. No, I understand that that's a piece of footage that you know, but
Yeah.
even that one is better than the one you put in. Is that one
Yeah.
also moving?
It's a still frame. Yeah. It's a
Oh,
photo. Then I comped a video in that. So the video had a watermark, so I have to paint that watermark out of that.
okay, okay, okay. Well, you probably should get something else then. You probably should get some other piece,
Yeah.
some of the footage to put in there. Definitely, I think this shot and the last shot are just not good enough for the show reel. There's also other
Mm-hmm.
problems as well. I like your vapor water coming out of the waterfall, which is nice, but I don't really think it works the
Mm-hmm.
smoke layer you have on top of everything. It just looks a bit fake. So I would definitely tone that down because it just looks a bit fake because it has no dimension, so the smoke is even, and smoke usually is like
Mm.
atmosphere is three-dimensional. You have like depthness to it. It's missing depthness. So I feel
Okay.
like I just feel like you shouldn't put these two shots in unless you're gonna fix them. They're just not good enough,
Okay.
you know. Okay, so now we reach the end of your show reel. I'm gonna just tell you that looking at the whole thing, I don't think you should start with the sci-fi traveler. The reason for that is because this is a
Okay.
personal project. If you have real production shots, for example,
Yeah.
the dancers here, and you have this one, which is a real
Okay.
production, you have this one. you should always start with real productions. You should always start with professional work first, and then
Okay.
you should go for having the other shots, the personal work. Because slowly,
Okay.
you should really remove all personal work from a showreel, and the showreel should just have the professional work. And so
Okay.
start with professional work. I would advise you to start with the dancers here, and then maybe after that you could probably go to the phone maybe, and then after that maybe you can go to the people getting up on the chairs. Maybe after
Okay.
that you can go to the sign, and then I guess you could have the dog as well. And yeah, and now of course, if you can fix these two shots, that would be better. If you can't fix them, then you're
Mm-hmm.
missing. You're basically missing a CG shot really for your showreel.
Yeah.
I think you should really have that, and potentially a rotoscoping shot, like a pure rotoscoping shot where we just
Okay.
see the rotoscoping being applied. So we just see a shape in the rotoscope. We see the different
Sure.
shapes and everything. So yeah. So don't. I hope you don't get upset. Like I feel like your showreel is pretty good, and
No.
especially you're 20 years old. I feel like
Mhm.
it's great. You just have to like improve it a little bit better, and consider that there's a lot of
Sure.
competition out there, and so
Yeah.
it's a hard world out there. You need to like be better for you to be hired.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's true.
Okay, well, now that
Yeah.
we've went through the whole thing and people are just watching it looping, anything else that you would like
Yeah.
to ask or talk about?
Yeah. How can I become a VFX supervisor on set like you?
Well, to become a VFX supervisor on set, you just have to work for a long time. That's really it. Like, you go to companies and you start working as a compositor or as a CG artist, depending if you are a compositor or not. And
Okay.
then once you are in a company, you should just ask all the time, can I go on set? Can I go on set? You just ask them if you can go just to watch. If there's a supervisor
Okay.
that you know on the company that goes on set often, maybe ask
Mm-hmm.
them if they can bring you as an assistant, or if they can bring you
Okay.
as an intern or as a runner to learn on the job.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it usually works. You go in and assist another supervisor, and then you learn on the job, and then that supervisor
Mm-hmm.
teaches you. And then slowly, as you develop a relationship with the supervisors that you are helping and supporting, and as you develop a relationship with clients and a relationship with the companies, and especially a relationship in learning on the job, then eventually
Yeah.
there will be a smaller job that they might think, oh, let's just send him, let's just send City here because
Mm.
he knows already enough.
Okay.
And then you start doing smaller jobs, and then you grow, and then you start doing bigger ones. That's really it. Like, I would advise you and also everyone
Okay.
watching to just try to find who is the supervisor that goes on set on the company, and just blatantly directly ask him or them or her, ask them, can I go with you? Can I go and learn? You don't even need to pay me. You can just say, you don't even need to pay me. I can just want to go and learn on
Mm-hmm.
the job. And that's how it starts, my friend. Hopefully, obviously, if you can get
Okay.
paid, even better. I hope you can get paid. So hopefully
Yeah.
that happens. But
Yeah.
but if they don't have
Sure.
budget for a assistant, then maybe go a few times for free,
Yeah.
to learn on the job.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
Yeah.
see,
And I have another doubt.
before you
Uh,
go, you see what
yeah.
Mikael is saying. Mikael
Mm-hmm.
is saying on the chat here. Mikael says, "I would be happy if my showreel looked this when I was 20." So you see, that's a good. That's good, And I
Thank you
would say
so
the
much.
same. My showreel when I was 20 doesn't look this good. So congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you for that. I have another question.
Go for it.
Like, what do you think of impact of AI in VFX industry? Will it automate any departments like Roto or Matchmo? Like,
Impact of what?
what's your
Sorry,
point?
the impact of what?
Like, impact of AI in industry, like VFX industry?
Oh, AI. You mean artificial intelligence?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean the impact is
Like,
going to
will it
be.
automate any other? Yeah,
It will. Yeah,
will it
absolutely. It will.
automate a rotoscope? Yeah,
It will. The tools.
yeah,
The tools are not there yet, and so the tools are not good enough yet. And so the machine learning tools,
yeah.
the automation tools are not good enough, but they are getting better every month. And I think any
Okay.
artist right now should be learning. In the case of Nuke, they should be learning machine learning. They should be learning, all the machine learning tools inside of Nuke. They should be looking at the category for all the scripts with machine learning. They should really be looking at Copycat and see how they can optimize their workflows with Copycat. And then they should also be checking out the
Mm-hmm.
AI machine learning
Yeah,
tools of DaVinci and also the AI machine learning tools of After Effects and Photoshop. Definitely, as much as we don't
yeah,
like it, AI is not going to go anywhere. It's not going to disappear. So you should just like use the
yeah.
best you
True.
can from machine learning and learn it to support your work. I definitely think that,
Sure. Yeah,
AI is not going to go anywhere. It's not going to disappear. And so,
yeah,
as much as we don't like it, obviously I'm still waiting for the legal ramifications to be fixed because I feel that there's a lot of illegal business happening with some AI companies. But all of that will be fixed and all of
okay.
that will be gone. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
artists that don't use machine learning will be replaced for sure. So you need to learn Copycat instead of
Yeah.
Nuke as fast as you can. Just recently, Victor Perez made a really good Copycat video on the Foundry. In fact, I can put it
Mm-hmm.
up here and for people to see it. And I have it here. Just a second. And maybe start with that. If you go to YouTube here, I'm gonna go to YouTube real quick here, and we go to Foundry. Foundry's YouTube. I mean, not Digital Foundry. I find that it's funny that
Yeah.
Digital Foundry for gaming is the same name as Foundry. There you go, Foundry. So Victor, but which by the way, you should always go and check his streams. He does streams every Tuesdays. So Victor has done a
Mm-hmm.
live stream. This is the one, Copycat with Victor Perez. Should maybe look at this and then from there go into the Copycat Q&A and just learn Copycat as fast as you can because it will really help you
Yeah.
because it can give you a first pass at rotoscoping and the first pass at painting. So start with that and obviously goes without saying that everyone should be seeing Victor's node by node streams. He does it every Tuesday. I
Mm-hmm.
think he just streamed. I think a few weeks ago. No, sorry, a few days ago. So he does it. It was one. It was yesterday. No, Tuesday, 11. So if anyone doesn't know, you should just go
Mm-hmm.
and support his streams as well. They're really good, and he does talk about machine learning quite a lot. So yeah. So my answer to you is it will replace artists that don't know how to use it. I think that's what will happen.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Any other questions?
Yeah. Yeah. Then when will the industry will be normal? I think
I think people
I'm
need
really
to yeah,
facing so many challenges.
I think people need to understand that the industry is never really going to back to normal. I think the industry is going to
Okay.
become something different. I really feel that the
Okay.
industry is going to the costs are going to be lower, the budgets will be smaller, people need to understand that they'll probably earn less money. And I think all artists should start to think about having a backup plan or extra ways of earning income. Because I don't know if it will ever go back to what it was. I don't believe it will. The work will be there,
Okay.
but I just feel that the budgets will be smaller. And if the budgets are going to be smaller, I think all of us need to start understanding that we need to like cut our costs. Our rates are unfortunately going to be down. And I think it's about having other things. Maybe you need to start thinking about have other sources of income as well. Maybe look at other industries. There is the corporate industry, there is commercial industry, there's animation
Okay.
industry, there's the video games industry. Our skill sets are not just usable for film. We can use our skill sets on a lot of different industries. And I think sometimes people forget, oh, there's no work in film. Well, if there's no work in film, there's animation and there's games and there's corporate and there's commercials. There's always work somewhere, and there's always different types of work. People just need to be a bit better at looking for it and trying to broaden their search, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah.
I think, and I also do think that it goes in waves. You know, we right now don't have a lot of work, but I do think the work is coming at the end of the year, and then there will be another drought next year, and then it will come back again. I think people need to start understanding that maybe this job is going to start to be a seasonal job, and we only have work in certain months of the year, and so maybe trying to get a backup plan might be a good idea. I have people that I know that work like 6 months in the year, and then the other 6 months they teach, or they become trainers, or they work in commercials, or they work for corporate, or they work as an editor, or work on other things. You know, I just feel like there is other avenues to work for. Just give an example. I do a lot of different things. You know, like I have my course, I teach, and then I have the on-set supervision, and then I have some commercials that I do sometimes, and then I have some short films, and then sometimes I have some corporate work, just like videos for corporate companies. Sometimes I do some photos, sometimes I do some editing, sometimes I do some podcasts, sometimes I do some streaming, sometimes I do events. You kind of like have to start opening the field for other types of work that you can be doing. You know, I just feel like that there is other work as well besides film and TV, which right now is on a drought. But maybe find skill sets on other things. If most of us that know compositing probably most likely will be able to pick up quite fast how to use editing or how to use a camera, or you probably can find other sources of revenue as well. You know. So
Okay. Now, how about the virtual production industry? Like, it will be good to learn now, or
to learn what? Sorry.
virtual production.
Well, virtual production is also
Yeah.
a thing that is not going to go away, but virtual production is also not as used as people think. It's like quite expensive. It's also quite tricky to use. It's quite complicated. The few times I've used it, it hasn't been easy. I feel like virtual production is just another tool, and really, to know virtual production, you just have to either be an on-set supervisor that needs to know something, because the only thing that virtual production really involves is Unreal, and so Unreal is the only tool that really is basically used in virtual production. So if anything, maybe want to look at Unreal, but it is a different type of work, and virtual production is really not replacing the way we shoot. It's just another way of shooting. You know, we now have, depending on
Okay.
what we're
Yeah.
trying to film, there's different ways of filming, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for returning to the Showreel Reviews. I hope you've enjoyed that, and
Yeah.
yeah, you're always welcome to come back
Yeah.
anytime you want. Okay. Okay.
Sure.
Well, thank you so much. I'll see you
Thanks
all
so
later.
much.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, that was great. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much, Sidiram, for being on the showreel. Okay, cool. So now we are going to basically our first review. Our first person didn't show up, and so we only have one review today. So yeah, that's it. We only have one because the other artist didn't show up. So apologies that we're cutting it short. I wish that people would really confirm that they were going to be here. So, but yeah, we're going to do a short break now because we've been going on for a long, long time. And I'm going to like do a break, and then right after we'll do the giveaway right away, and then if you want you can ask me some questions and we can end the stream with some Q&A. I think that would be good. I can answer the first question. So Mikhail, I'll answer the question after I come back. So okay, so I'll be right back. As always, remember we do these streams responsibly. We'll be back in 10 minutes. I'll be putting a timer for 10 minutes. And then when we're back, we're going to be doing the giveaway, a bit of Q&A, and then leave for the day. So I'll come back right away in 10 minutes. I'll see you all soon. Don't go anywhere. The giveaway links, I'll leave it through the break. Also during the break, remember that I'm going to be putting the commercial of BenQ again, if you're interested. Remember, if you are interested on buying a BenQ monitor, contact me. I have a discount that I can provide to you to use on the BenQ shop. You also be seeing a trailer of my wife's book on the break as well, if you're interested. And I'll put the corresponding links during the break as well. So I'll be right back in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Ta-da. See you soon.
Hello everyone! I'm super excited to give you a glimpse of my first cookbook, Green Recipes for All, featuring over 50 dishes inspired by amazing Mediterranean food. Inside you can find recipes made with a variety of fresh, healthy and versatile ingredients and popular plant-based products. These are great choices whether you already follow a plant-based diet or simply wish to cook a few weekly meat-free meals to reduce your overall meat consumption. In the book, you'll find a wide range of new and exclusive recipes, from soups and big salads to main courses and desserts, as well as some of the most popular recipes here on my channel, such as the perfectly cooked non-stick rice or the tabbouleh-style bulgur and mixed bean salad. Not forgetting a new version of the delicious tofu chocolate mousse. So, if you'd like to have a look at my book and try some of the recipes, just visit any Amazon marketplace and order a copy, which is available in hardcover, paperback, or digital formats. Hope you enjoyed the book, have fun cooking, and see you next time.
Okay, I am back. Thank you so much for still being here. We're gonna do the giveaway, and then we can probably do some Q&A. But even before we do that, I wanted to answer right away the Mikhail's question. Mikhail is asking, "How old were you, Hugo, when the Ninja the Skaldas was released?" So Mikhail is referring to the first film I've ever done. So I directed a TV movie in Portugal called Ninja das Caldas, which is a really terrible movie. I must tell you that. So I directed that in 2000. So I filmed a bit of it. Yeah, it was between 2000 2001. So I was how old was I? I can't remember. So yeah, it was 2000 when I first started filming it, and then I released it in 2001. So I was 22. Yeah, I was 22 years old. No computers at the time, so the whole film was done video to video with Video 8 and i8 cameras. And then I used an editing video with an editing bay and a fader to do the editing. The whole editing was done tape to tape with no computers involved. And yeah, it was a fascinating adventure. So never doing that again. Okay, cool. So let's do the giveaway here. And yeah, for those of you that haven't done the giveaway yet, I'll put the link here. Also, I'll put it on the screen as well. Might as well. I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. So that's the giveaway. I put it on the chat as well if you want to check it out. Obviously, goes without saying, if you don't want to wait for the giveaway, all my courses right now are 50% off. So you can always go there and check it out as well. And as you've seen during the break, if you're interested on Anna's book, Green Recipes for All, consider supporting a self-published author like Anna. Really good food. If you have friends that like good food, maybe it's a great birthday present. It's a great birthday present. It's a great it's a great present for Christmas as well. I'll put the links on the chat as well. I put it on the chat, and I'll put it here now as well. So that's the one. So yeah, if you want to support Anna's adventure here, go and buy the book. The links are on the chat. It's available on all Amazons. You can just search it by name as well. And I'll put the link on the chat right now as well. This gives you time a little bit to actually, basically sign up for the giveaway of my course. But you should have enough time now to do it. So I'm gonna roll the dice and then take some questions from the audience. Let's see here. Oh, thank you so much for saying that, Eric. I'm learning so much by watching your reviews. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. Gen Z Mom Gen Z Mom says, "Thanks for being brutally honest about the situation in the industry. Much needed. You're amazing, Hugo." Well, you're very kind. You're very kind. Thank you so much for saying that. I am not amazing. I'm okay. That's fine. But thank you so much for saying that. Much appreciated. Sergio Marcelli says, "I think the idea to go directly to clients, not with agencies." Yeah, absolutely. I do that. When I did the video game cinematics that I directed, I worked directly with the studios of the games. I worked directly with Rebellion for the Sniper Elite. I worked directly, and in fact, I think, I'm gonna put it on the screen actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, how many did I do through direct or not? I can't even remember. I'm just opening it up here. Let's just have a look. So let's see here. As a director, let's see here. So Sniper Elite, like the Zeiss was direct with client. I worked directly for Zeiss. Sniper Elite, I worked directly with client. It was directly with. I was directing directly for Rebellion. Vermintide, I was working directly with Fat Shark, but there was an agency involved, which was Fire.Smoke, but we had direct communication with them. All of these were with Fire.Smoke and the direct client as well, so I had access to all of them. The times that we didn't have access was when when I used to work as for example, the Adobe ones. I didn't have access. I had an agency in the front, and if I go and scroll down here, if I go to like PG Tips, or if I go to Adidas, or if I go to Nike, or if I go to Sif, or if I go to Call of Duty, even in IKEA, all of these were not direct to client. The Panasonic, Body Count, Samsung, all these, TNT, even Discovery Channel, all of these were not directly with client. And so it was much more complicated, much more tricky. And I don't really want to be on that situation anymore. I just feel like it's a pain to work through agencies. I prefer not to work sometimes. I just prefer to work directly. Obviously, I know sometimes it's not possible. Okay. Let's see here if we... let's see here. So we have 37 people, 38 people signed up for the giveaway. So let's do this giveaway. Let's do this. Let's see here. Ethan Davis says, "Hi Hugo, off the top of my head, which film in your opinion had some great CGI in the past few years?" That's a loaded question, my friend. I feel like there's so many films that have complete invisible CGI that looks outstanding, over the last few years. Obviously, you have to hand it over to Dune. Dune has been amazing. Dune and Dune 2 has some outstanding CG, like really off the chart CG that looks really well planned and really well orchestrated. I think if you think about everything I have on the podcast that we have on the podcast, remember you probably know that I do a podcast with Ian Fales. It's called the VFX Notes Podcast, and I think everything here kind of goes into that world of things that I think look amazing. If you think about it, I feel like Barbie had some amazing CGI. I think, Poor Things had some amazing CGI. Without a doubt, the creator looks outstanding in terms of CGI. Godzilla as well. I don't think Oppenheimer was that much because it had hardly any CGI and it wasn't that good. Mission Impossible is a bit bad at some point. It's not even that good. Napoleon, I didn't really like the film. I thought Guardian Galaxy had a really good CG, especially the creatures. Also, if you look at invisible CG, Extraction 1 and 2 is just mind-blowing how good it looks. Also John Wick 4 was outstanding as well. I mean, if you look at TV shows, The Last of Us looks really good as well. I mean, why did I don't have a thumbnail on this one? Is it not, that's weird. Is it not here? Is it been like disabled? That's weird. Not sure why it doesn't have the thumbnail there. All Quiet to Western Front, absolutely invisible VFX. Top Gun, absolutely invisible VFX. I don't know. There's so many, man. Nope has some really good VFX. RRR has some really good VFX. I don't know. I just feel, if you look at my podcast, you'll find most of them. And if you go even to films that are still in the cinema right now, I would definitely think Civil War looks absolutely stunning as well. I don't know. There's so many. There's so many. If anyone wants to check out our podcast, remember to just there's an entire playlist. You can watch it as a video, VFX. You can watch it as a video with behind the scenes, or you can watch it as an audio. The audio version is on the YouTube audio app. So if you download for free the audio music app, the YouTube music app, then you have access to the audio version of the podcast. Okay, let's run the dice here for the winners. Let's see here. Draw the winner. And that will be the finish for our review. So we'll be back next week, of course. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, I'm going to announce it soon. So I think I'm not entirely sure if I'll be back next week or if I will be back the week after. So obviously, if you want to be part of the showreel reviews, I think, sorry, I keep interrupting I'm just giving time for people also to kind of sign up for the thing. That's also why I feel like I'm giving it more time. But I forgot completely to say about this, so I'll put it on the screen for you to see what I mean. So I'll put myself down here. So if you want to be part of the Honest Showreel Reviews, the Honest Showreel Reviews are happening, of course. We had one today. We're also having one on the 27th of June. We have one on the 25th of July and one on the 8th of August. So next week I'll post more dates. And if you want to be part of it, you can't just upload your showreel to the Dropbox link on the video below. You need to book on the link. There's a Google booking link on the description of this video, and you need to book your appointment. I believe the 27th is fully booked already, and I think the 25th is also. I think the 8th still has free. No, I think the 25th of July is free. I think the 8th is fully booked. So have a look there and check it out there. I'm gonna go and check right now, actually. So let's see here. So yeah, fully booked on the 27th of June. Still some slots. There's 2 slots on the 25th of July for free. There's no one booked that day, and then it's fully booked in August as well. So we only have really not fully booked. It's only the 25th of July if you want to be part of it. Yeah, sorry Sergio. I know I have emailed Foundry, so I'll email them back. Maybe they missed my email. They are the ones that need to send the Nuke Indie. Apologies for the delay. I will reach out to Foundry and see what's going on there. I'm sure it was just like I'm sure it's my fault. Maybe the email didn't went through or something. I will take care of that right after this call. Because I did contact them last time, and I think maybe, I don't know. Maybe they didn't get my email or something. I need to let's see. I'm going to make a note again so I don't miss this again. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's draw the winners and then get the hell out of here. Okay, so the winner is... Oh, man. Let's see if I can copy. It's so difficult to copy-paste sometimes, this thing. Okay, so... The winner of the Nuke course is... yeah, drum roll. I know, I need to get a drum roll sound. Okay. Okay, so the winner is... How do I say this? Hugh View 1849176. That's a mouthful. That's you. Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. Congratulations, you just won the new course. The new course this time goes to Vietnam. I have students in Vietnam, so congratulations, my friend. You've won the new course. I'll be contacting you in a couple of days with the logins and everything. And so yeah, and that is it really for today. So keep an eye on my social media. We might be back next week with the disconstructions, or might not be back. I need to prepare the Zeiss project so I can showcase it on the disconstruction. So I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be up next week. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. If not, it will be the week after. So don't worry. I'll just keep an eye on my social media, keep an eye on YouTube, and I'll always tell everyone when or the next stream's happening. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for staying here with me for 2 hours. Much appreciate everyone. Everyone, have a great day. I'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week or the week after. Have a wonderful day. See you all. Bye. 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 Bye.